Welcome to Beach Party Radio, bringing you the best music and interviews of Carolina beach music artists from North and South Carolina and along the Grand Strand of Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. You can find us on the web at beachpartyradio.com and on Facebook and Twitter at Beach Party Radio. Now, here's your host, DJ Delta Dawn.
Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to Beach Party Radio. And yes, I am your host, DJ Delta Dawn. So glad to be here with you on this Tuesday. And I must say, I wondered for a bit earlier this evening if I was going to be here with you. I have to share this story because it just came out of the blue, one of those unexpected, but I was coming in from my day job at the airport, quotes around day job, and my car just started trying to die as I'm driving down the road. And the long and short of it is that it's an alternator problem. So apparently tomorrow my day is going to entail taking it to the dealership to have it repaired, hopefully repaired. So needless to say, it was quite an eventful arrival from work, but I was so thankful that it wasn't worse and I was able to get home in time to sit down with you tonight and bring you our guest and this great show. So I want to welcome you all in. I hope that your day has been wonderful. My day has been great, despite the fact of the eventful drive-in. But other than that, it like I said, it could have been worse. I'm thankful that it wasn't, and everything is well, and life is good. So I hope that your day has been great. I hope you have been seeing sunshine today. I saw hints and traces of it, but we still got rain. And I don't know about you, but how many people out there are sick of rain as much as I am? I know we shouldn't be complaining because you know, if you're listening anywhere in North and South Carolina this evening, you know that this time of year we don't get rain. It's always 95 and it's 4,000 degrees. And unless you're at the beach with the wind blowing on the beach, nice breeze near the water at all times, it's not real comfortable. So needless to say, it could be worse. Again, that's another one of those things that could be worse. I guess we're very, very blessed in that way. Tonight, we're waiting for our guest to call now, but tonight we have, I'm so excited about this interview because I have been following this band in the Carolina beach music scene for quite some time, probably as far back as, 3, 4, 5 years now, and they have put out some great music and continue to do so, and the band is called SEA-CRUZ. And they play all the hot spots in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, all the big clubs, but they also play all up and down the East Coast. I think I just saw the other day on social media, on Facebook or somewhere, that they were actually going to be in Maryland. So they are in demand. Everywhere they turn, they are all playing somewhere. It is just unbelievable how much exposure they've gotten just from what they do. And they're a great trio. The SEA-CRUZ is comprised of Adino Fair, Butch Barnes, and Allie Prevette. And they're just a great, great trio. They play some. They've made some great music, and I just love to hear them perform. Allie has got a tremendous voice, and together they sound great. So tonight our guest is Adino Fair, and we are waiting for him to call in now. They have been on the road quite a bit over the last 2 days. Over the 4th and over the weekend, they were nonstop. So we're going to bear with him for just a moment, let him catch his breath as we're waiting for him to call in, but he should be calling in shortly. In the meantime, I want to play for you their latest hit, which has just made all kinds of racket on the Carolina Beach Music Chart. It's really moving up the charts and has gotten so many rave reviews from shagging beach fans everywhere. And this is their latest, called Hey Eugene.
Hey Eugene, do you remember me? I'm that chick you danced with 2 times through the Rufus album Friday night at that party on Avenue A. your skinhead friend passed out for several hours on the bathroom floor, and you told me you weren't that drunk, and that I was your favorite salsa dancer you had ever come across in New York City. Eugene, and I said hello. Eugene, are you there, Eugene? Hey, Eugene, and then we kissed. Once we lugged your friend into the elevator and went to write my number on a soggy paper towel, and the car went down. And when we were finished making out, we noticed that your skinhead friend was gone. Long gone. And you looked into my bloodshot eyes and said, is it too soon if I call you Sunday? Eugene, and I said hello. Eugene, are you there?
SEA-CRUZ and their latest, Hey Eugene. And we are still waiting for Dino Fair to call in from SEA-CRUZ. They were on the road. I think yesterday was when they were in Maryland, so I hope they weren't delayed or, you know, something has happened. But in the meantime, while I'm waiting to find out where he is, I am going to play a few more numbers for you because I think that this music is just phenomenal. I enjoy it so much. Up for you now, I have got a group. We had them on our show a couple weeks ago. This song is moving right up the beach music chart. And I think I saw today it's like at number 13 or something. But anyway, this is Too Much Sylvia, and All I Want to Do Is Dance.
Love to get lost in the song and the crowd. All right, horns, I want y'all to bring it. Well, they're shaking, yeah, they're moving, doing a thing called a palmetto grooving. From the Piedmont to the Low Country, from Wahala to the IOP. So if you shovel, shovel right. If you boogie, boogie all night. If you're a shagger, do the thing that you do. Get on the floor and show me your moves. When you feel that beat, you know what to do. In Carolina, they're doing the palmetto groove. See that one? So when we play it, get on the floor, grab your partner and shake it some more. Oh, twist it, spin it, move it around when you hear that palmetto groove sound. So if you slide, slide it right. If you party, party all night. If you're a shagger, do the thing that you do. Get on the floor, show me your moves. When you feel that beat, you know what to do. In Carolina, they're doing the palmetto groove. The palmetto groove is spreading across the land. And there ain't no cure for the Carolina rock and soul band. The nurses just don't know what to do. In Carolina, they're doing the palmetto groove. Oh, groove it and move and stomp your feet on the ground. Jump in and shake and move into the sound. Shuffle and turn it if it feels alright. 'Cause the palmetto groove is playing tonight. Hey! And the nurses just don't know what to do. In Carolina, they're doing the palmetto groove. In Carolina, they're doing the palmetto groove. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Nothing could be finer than the palmetto groove.
Palmetto Groove and Palmetto Groovin'. Love that. That's a nice little rocking song. Great song there, and so glad to be able to bring you some of this great beach music tonight. We have someone to hold. Hold on just a minute, and let's see who this is. Hello, Beach Party Radio.
Hello, is this Dawn?
Yes.
Hi, Dawn. This is Dino Fair of SEA-CRUZ. How are you doing?
Well, I'm doing good. How are you, Dino?
Not too well, but I know I promised to do this interview, and I'm a man of my word.
Well, I was just, as the music was playing, the last song was playing, I'd gotten the email from your wife, and I was emailing her back to say, by all means, we could reschedule. I don't want to impose on you if you're sick, because, my God,
you're not
I wouldn't be up for an interview if I was sick, believe me.
I'm absolutely worn out. We just did 7 nights in a row, and the past 2 nights have been in last week we were in South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, Maryland, and then we had to come back to play at Ducks and Cherry Grove last night. And I'm literally running on fumes.
I know you are. I was telling the listeners at the beginning of the evening, I said, they have been on the road nonstop. I mean, through the 4th, through the weekend. I said, I believe they were just in Maryland last night. And I told him, I said, he's probably running late because he's probably trying to catch his breath. That's what I said. So, and it's true. I mean, but I'm sure you're exhausted. And thank you so much. I mean, I would have been happy to reschedule just when you had a breather.
Yeah, it's my pleasure.
Well, thank you so much. That is that's the nature of the beast in the business, though. I mean, when you're in demand.
Yeah. I'm not complaining whatsoever. We worked we worked hard and hard to get the band where it is and to get our schedule where it is. And now that it's here, we go, now we got to put up or shut up, But we're having fun. But it's just wearing us out.
Well, I'm not going to hold you long because I know how precious being able to rest and having a night off is. Because I've seen your schedule for the rest of the week and forthcoming. You've got a jam-packed July. It's unbelievable. And I'm like, I was looking at your schedule. This has been a few days ago, and I was like, oh my gosh, the night he's doing the interview is like the only night they have off. This is crazy. So anyway, but thanks. But no, I just wanted to chat with you for a few and just talk a little bit about the band's history because you guys, as I was telling the listeners earlier, I've been following you guys for quite some time, and you just keep putting out hit after hit. The beach music scene, Carolina beach music scene, just loves you. And obviously, I mean, you're in demand all up and down the East Coast, and it's just, how did this all come to be for the three of you?
Well, it started, of course, I left the Fantastic Shakers in 1993. I basically retired from music. And I moved to Myrtle Beach and started working for Anheuser-Busch here in Myrtle Beach. And I still had the itch to play, so I kept playing. And I might be embarrassed. I'm embarrassed. No, I'm not embarrassed. But a lot of people laugh when I say this. I'm actually an accordion player. I'm from Seattle, Washington, and in Seattle, Washington, all the kids up there played accordion. And so anyway, moved to the Carolinas. I started playing piano. Because when I pulled out my accordion, they just looked at me like I was an absolute idiot. I guess it's like when somebody pulls out a bagpipe, everybody goes, "Oh no," Well, anyway, I taught myself to play piano, after 10 years of being retired, I had the itch to play, and I had been playing weddings and playing at Dixie Stampede here in Myrtle Beach and. Part-time, and then and just little odd jobs around town, stuff like that. And I got a chance to play for the Myrtle Beach Pelicans, which was at that time was the single A baseball team here in Myrtle Beach. And I always wanted to play at a baseball game, so I went up there and I tried out, and they couldn't believe I had an organ. They just flipped out. So they were going to have live organ at the games, So I did that for a couple of years. But while I was doing that, my wife Debbie, she was booking all of the singers to come in and sing the national anthem. And one that she brought in, it was Molly Askins. That was that's who I started SEA-CRUZ with 13 years ago. And I heard her sing the national anthem, and I just dropped to the floor. She was just incredible. So at the end of the game, I introduced myself to her, and we got in my garage a couple weeks later and did a couple of songs together, and SEA-CRUZ was born that night. And 6 years later, Butch Barnes came with us. Butch left the Band of Oz, and he's still with us today. And then last year, or a year and a half ago, Molly, getting close to 40, I won't say how old she is, she decided she wanted to have a child, and the road and having a child is just, it doesn't mix, and she knew it. Yeah. She had been putting it off for a long time, and so anyway, my good friend Molly, who's an absolute incredible person, an incredible singer, she decided to leave, and we brought in Allie Prevette, and it's been a dream come true. She's absolutely delight to work with, and she's a little bubbly person. She's a half. Butch and I, we're both 56. I'll go ahead and say it. She's half our age, and it kills us, But she sure does make us look a lot better, So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. But that's basically the history. We were a duo at first, and then we became a trio. When Butch came in the band, it kind of took the band to a different dimension. It made us, even though we were at the time as a duo, it was really crazy, Dawn. We right off out of the gate, we were competing with Coastline and Craig Woolard and my old band, the Shakers, and the Band of Oz, and everybody, and we were being accepted, and we were playing the same clubs as a duo as the big bands, and that was freaking me out. I was going, man, how is this happening? And then and Butch recognized that, and he said to me one night, I never will forget it. He said. In fact, he came down to a place called Creek Rats in Merle's Inlet. We play there a lot every Wednesday night, and Butch came down there with Billy Scott, Gary Brown, Terry Gore, all these beach music artists came to congratulate us because we had won New Artist of the Year that year, and Molly had won Female Vocalist of the Year. And they came down, and we just had a great big party. And at the end, Butch pulled me off to the side. He said, "Man, you got a great thing going here." He said, I'm getting tired of going up and down the road like you do. And he said, if you ever have a place on your stage for me, I'd appreciate it. I might be calling you one day. And I said, Butch, there will always be a place here for you. And lo and behold, about a year later, it happened. And so that's, I guess if I'm not rambling, that's basically our history, I guess.
Oh, no, I'm loving listening to this. Because it's always interesting to hear how a band came to be, especially when, band members such as yourselves were in other great bands, I mean, you didn't just come from these little rinky-dink bands. I mean, you came from these really big beach bands that have such a huge following and have made a name for themselves as it is. And to be able to now have the collaborative effort of the three of you, it is no surprise to the success of SEA-CRUZ. I mean, it has just been
thank you.
phenomenal. I mean, I'm a fan. I've been a fan for a good while, and every song you put out, I just enjoy more and more and more. And And you're talking about moving to Myrtle Beach. Now, I live in North Carolina. I live between Raleigh and Greensboro currently, and I've lived in North Carolina my whole life, but I would love to get to the beach. But in recent years, my favorite place down in the Myrtle Beach area is Surfside, the Surfside Merle's Inlet, Garden City area, because you're right at Myrtle, but you're not at Myrtle. I mean, you know that little area down there has just got so much charm all on its own. And I said, when I ever move to Myrtle, that's where I'm gonna settle, is in that area, because it's just absolutely the best place in the world as far as I'm concerned.
Well, the South End is not as much built up as Myrtle Beach and the North End, and it gets real quaint in Merle's Inlet. Then you go to Litchfield, Pawleys Island, and then on to Georgetown. I mean, it's really cool down here, and there's still some areas where you can drive through and just see nothing but beach and nothing but wooded areas and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. Oh, yeah. We like Myrtle's.
Yeah, I mean, but you're still kind of at Myrtle, and if you want to go get into the hustle bustle of Myrtle, you can do that, and it's just a quick drive.
Absolutely, exactly right.
But you can, at the end of the day, it's nice to just kind of retreat down there in that part of the world and just kind of quieten down from the hustle bustle of Myrtle per se. But it's a great place to be. I can't wait. My timeline is about 3 years, so I'm hoping. My daughter keeps begging me, but I said no. We got to wait till you're out of high school first before we do anything.
Well, I look forward to you coming down. That'll be great.
I know. I can't wait. Now, you guys, of course, as you said earlier, you're on the road just nonstop right now. And is there any time in the midst of being on the road to work on any new music? Are you working on anything new, or is it just playing and performing right now?
Yes, we are. But first of all, I'd like to say, SEA-CRUZ, we're a different animal. You know, in fact, I'll explain it like this. Bo of the Shakers, he came to see us one night, and I walked up to him and I said, "Well, Bo, what do you think about my little band?" He said, "Dino, you're not a band." And I went, "Oh my gosh, what is he going to say next?" He said, "You're a phenomenon." He said, "You're not a band. You're a phenomenon." I went.
Mhm.
I said, "Well, but I'm gonna take that as a compliment." He says, "That is the highest compliment I can give you." He said, "That's what you are." He said, "There's 3 of you. You sound like there's 10 of you up there, and then all 3 of you are the singers are in the crowd. You're up there smiling, jumping around." And I said, "Well, both think about it. There's 3 of us. If we don't show, then we're going to get chewed up and spit out real quick, because look who we're competing with. Like I said, the Band of Oz, the Shakers, Craig Woolard, Coastline. Every year, I mean, there's been a couple of years we've been nominated for Band of the Year with those guys, and I'm going, and it's really mind-boggling to me. I went, wow, I didn't realize that I was going to create an animal like this. It wasn't my plan. I was serious. I was going to it was just going to be Molly and I play around the beach. And darn if it didn't take off. I mean, it just went crazy. And I'm not complaining. It's a good thing. But and then bringing Butch on and now having Allie, it's just we just have so much fun. But I never forget Bo saying that. He said, "You're not a band. You're a phenomenon." I went, wow. You know, that's pretty cool.
Well, you know, I agree with him. He knows what he's talking about, because really, when you listen to your music, it really does sound like you guys have got about 10 people up there on stage performing. It's amazing. You know, not just the harmony vocals, but just the sound. And it's like you forget that there's only 3.
Well,
and
I can say this now. Butch and I, coming from larger bands, we would rather be in a big band. I would rather be playing with a live rhythm section and feel something with the guitar player and look over and go, "Hey, man, yeah, that felt good." You know, the eye contact and the and kind of jamming together on stage. And I don't get that opportunity anymore, because now I'm playing with a sequence track. Even though I develop them, that computer plays the same thing every night. And so there's a lot of nights I look over at that computer and I say, "Challenge me, man," and he just doesn't do it. But
well, now, this brings to my...
He shows up every night, and he's sober.
Well, you know, he's ever faithful. You know, he plays the show with you and goes home at the end of the night and gets ready to do it again.
And as long as he has electricity, he doesn't make any mistakes. He's there. You know.
Well, you know, hey, whatever works, right? Well, you know, that does bring to mind a question. I mean, would you ever entertain the thought, the 3 of you, of just either as a guest, you know, type situation, or just an interim situation, you know, have some players come on, you know, and play like for a particular show down at Myrtle, or, you know, just for the fun of it, or just to see what the feel is like.
We do that. In fact, last night at Duck's, we had, it was the 3 of us, and then we had Dwayne Neese from Holiday. He came in. His throat was kind of rough because they had a rough week, so he wouldn't get up and sing with us. But Eric Stevenson of Hip Pocket, he got up and sang a few songs with us. And we had a trumpet player in there, Keith Stone from the Entertainers. He was in there and had his trumpet. So we do stuff like that all the time. But if we have talked about adding a member, and if we ever did, what we would want, because the hardest thing to sequence for me and for any programmer is live guitar parts. And I'm not talking rhythm guitar. I'm talking lead guitar, electric guitar parts. The technology just hasn't quite grasped it yet. So we would want a guitarist, vocalist, and give us four vocals, because there's a lot of songs that are hard to cover with just 3 vocals, believe it or not. There's a lot. If you had 4, you can do more doo-wop stuff, and there's a lot. You know, having 4 vocals would be great, but having a live guitar on stage, and that would round us out. That would pretty much do it. Yeah.
But if you never did that, it'd be perfectly okay with the fans, because we love you the way you are. I mean, you know, but I think it'd be perfectly okay if you did, because people have just come to love SEA-CRUZ for who you are, and you know, that's the thing that I love about Carolina Beach music, is just the way the community, the band community, the artist community is so giving and communal. I mean, you know, just like you were saying, those guys from those other bands just didn't think anything about jumping in there and playing with you guys last night, just having a great time. And the crowd loves that sort of thing. You know, it's kind of like an added bonus when they could go out to see you guys and then, oh my gosh, there's someone from the Magnificents or, you know, or Hip Pocket or whoever it may be on stage with you guys. That's like, you know, wow. They came to see SEA-CRUZ and they got a little something extra and thrown in unexpectedly, and that's got to be a huge rush for the crowd.
Well, here's another example, Dawn. Every year we do a cruise or two, either a beach music cruise or this or whatever. This coming year we're going to do a cruise with the Carolina Breakers on Royal Caribbean in February, and in fact we only have about 30 cabins left. But what's really crazy about it, each band, like this past cruise I did, we did was the Us, Coastline, Band of Oz, and Carolina Breakers, and several DJs, and everybody comes to the performances. But the last night we always do a jam session. All the bands, we all take turns. Everybody's just having a ball. There's literally 40, 50 of us there, and we're taking turns playing with each other and stuff like that. It's really, really cool. That's the most popular thing with the audience, with the people that come on the cruise. They love that more than the individual performances of each band. So that proves your point. It's really cool. It's really cool.
And nonetheless, so, aside from continuing to tour and play all over the map, it seems like, what other new things have you guys got brewing right now?
Well, I was going to say something earlier. We from day one, SEA-CRUZ has always played around an average about 250 to 270 nights a year, and there was one year we did 305.
Oh my gosh!
But I mean we're small, we sound big, and we have a cheaper price point. So it works. I mean it's the economy. This whole thing is market-wise, business-wise, it works. So, but to answer your question, we're constantly recording. I have a studio upstairs where I do the music, and we go to Butch's house where he has a vocal studio, and we do that's what we do. And we're presently we have 2 songs in the can ready. I mean they're just not mastered yet, and we're another song coming, and we're debating whether to put a mini CD of like 6-7 songs out, maybe in early fall, or waiting till spring of next year and putting out about 10-12 songs on a SEA-CRUZ CD. So we are constantly doing stuff like that when we have time. Right now there will be no recording or rehearsal time probably until sometime in August.
Yeah,
sometime in August, I think. There might be
I've seen your
early.
schedule, and I'm like,
my wife
I
just
don't know
looked at
where
me
you
and
would
said,
fit
no.
it in
She
this
said,
month.
I'm too. Yeah, my wife just looked at me and said, nope, not August. You're too busy. She's the one that books it. Let me ask you. Yes, she knows. Let me ask you a question, Dawn. Now, you can be honest with me. Now, 13 years. My wife Debbie handles all of our business. Now, without her, the SEA-CRUZ wouldn't run. She takes care of our clothing. She books us. She takes care of everything. I do everything on stage. In fact, there's a lot of nights I never get to walk off stage. I have to stay up there the whole time getting music ready or whatever. But in 13 years, I have never seen a paycheck with my name on it, and I finally asked her. I said, "Do I get paid?" And she said, "Oh," and she just patted me on the back and said, "You're doing great." Do you think I should go for that? I mean, what do you think?
I
see a lot of new shoes around here. And if my wallet,
I guess in a sense you are getting paid. She's managing the band for you along with the money. So you do get paid. It's just you may not see it visibly in your hand. How's that sound?
Is this one of those what's hers is hers and what's mine is hers thing?
I don't know.
And what's ours is hers?
Now, she and I have had no prior conversation about this, so I'm sure we will after the fact, though. Well, it really is hard to say. I mean, I think if you're still able, let me just put it this way. If you're still able to get up there and play night after night after night, then obviously someone is managing something correctly.
Yeah.
And if you still have your home and your cars and whatever else Somebody's handling and managing something correctly.
I get $20 in my wallet if every time it empties. If it's empty, I'll go open it. Nope, all right, there's my 20. And then and I get to do what I love. I get to play, So that's pretty cool.
That's true.
And all my medication is put out, and my morning medication is put out for me, and my nighttime medication is put out for me. And I always have clean underwear, so I guess I'm cool, right?
That's right. I think that you have a real jewel in your wife who loves you very much and is working very hard to make sure that your dream of living the dream continues on.
Yeah,
for the next 13 years and beyond,
Yeah, I've been doing this for 40 years. 40 years. I actually started playing accordion when I was 3 years old in Seattle, Washington, and I lost my northern accent. I came down here in one bowl of grits, and I totally lost it. One bowl of grits. That's all it took.
Right?
Yeah. I started saying ain't, and that.
It's hard not to say it when you're living in the South like we are.
I know.
Well, Dino, this has been an absolute blast, and I'm so thankful you called in. And thank you so much. I know how exhausted you are, but you are just, gosh, a blast to speak with, and I would love to do it again sometime. But I will come out the next time I'm down at Myrtle, which I hope will be sometime before the summer ends. I would love to get out to Myrtle
bring your daughter.
to see you guys on Wednesday night.
You can bring your daughter to Creek Rat, so we do that every Wednesday night, and that's a cool place. She'd have a ball there. It's right on the waterway in Myrtle. Well,
I will do that, and I will make a point to come and say hello to you and the band. And your wife, because I know she'll be there making sure everything's going off without a hitch.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you so much for your time. We greatly appreciate it. Best of luck to you guys for much continued success, and tell Allie and Butch hello for us.
We'll do it. All right, thank you so much.
All right, take care. Good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye. I had a great time speaking with Dino Fair from SEA-CRUZ, and if you would like to check them out, you can find them on the web at SEA-CRUZ. That's SEA-CRUZ, CRUZ.com, and their website is just chock full of information. They have a whole calendar of events of where they're going to be performing, and if you have taken a liking, if you're brand new to Carolina beach music, and you're starting to become familiar with this scene, and you're going to be in the North Carolina, South Carolina area over the summer months, then you may want to just try to get out to check them out. They are phenomenal. And like Dino said, they've been doing this for 13 years, and their popularity just continues to keep growing with listeners and fans alike. And so they're doing some really great things in the music world. Love my Carolina beach music, and it's not just because I'm from this part of the world. It's just the kind of music that feels good. It's a lot of fun. It's enjoyable to listen to, and you can't help but have a good time when you're hearing it. So, and usually there's a party going on somewhere, somehow, some way when the music is being played. So they're just a great group of folks. The whole Carolina beach music scene, the community of artists are just, they're awesome to work with, to get to know, and to collaborate with. Many of them collaborate on each other's projects, and it's just a whole different music world versus, other parts of the music world in which we live and are exposed to. So if you get a chance, check out their website, SEA-CRUZ.com. They also are on Facebook at the SEA-CRUZ Band, and you'll be able to find them there and keep up with everything they are doing. Again, we want to thank Dino Fair for being our special guest this evening. So glad that he was able to call in. And we want to thank all of you for joining us. If you're brand new to our program, this is Beach Party Radio. So glad to have you aboard. We'd love to have you back again. And that we're going to be off for the next few nights, but please plan to join us on Saturday night. We'll be right back here with our Beach Party Blast, bringing you 2 hours of the best Carolina beach music around, and that starts at 7 p.m. Eastern, so we hope that you'll join us for that. And that is going to wrap our show, so we wish you well. Have a great night all, and we'll see you again right here Saturday night, 7 p.m. Eastern. Good night.
You've been listening to Beach Party Radio on blogtalkradio.com, featuring all the best music and interviews of Carolina beach music artists from the Grand Strand of Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and all along the eastern seaboard. You can find us on the web at beachpartyradio.com and on Facebook and Twitter at Beach Party Radio. Thank you for joining us.